So Pixar Popcorn. This came out on Disney Plus. It is approximately like 22 minutes total from these like about 10 or so shorts. They're basically very quick shorts of various Pixar characters. You get Coco, Finding Nemo, a couple of Toy Story, Cars, kind of a mood piece from Soul, and I think that's everything. The Incredibles, did I say that? The Incredibles as well. You mostly don't get actual voice acting in it. It's sort of like the characters do sort of a thing. You might hear some oh kind of things, but for the most part, other than the two with Bunny and Ducky, which are played by Key and Peele, you don't really get voices in that. You just get like, it sounds like they had O's and ums and breathing noises from various actors in a file, in a folder somewhere, and they use that. It sort of actually reminds me of Arctic Friends, the Arctic Dog shorts, but it's by Pixar, so it works a little better. Most of them like are fine. Like Toy Story has one that's just like Buzz dancing. It's like okay, it's like fine, whatever. The Cars ones I wasn't a fan of. The Dory Finding, which they call, is sort of like whatever. A lot of these shorts are sort of forgettable. They're really digestible things. You could probably watch them on their phone. They're not too incredible. The only ones I actually really liked was the Bunny and Ducky ones. I thought those were kind of fun. Those were a little worth it. You get some new Key and Peele material. Why not? I had fun with it for the 2 minutes. I didn't really think about it much past then. And then there's a Soul one, which is sort of a mood piece, which I thought was chill. Like I watched these with my daughter Sophie, and I noticed when we watched these together, it sort of like calmed her down a bit, which I thought was nice. And I liked it. It's a calm mood piece. It's like sort of an arty kind of, they just used some footage from the thing, has some nice music over it. A lot of footage we'd seen before in the movie, some we hadn't. Just played really well and then was done. I was like, that I actually really liked. I wouldn't mind if you did that with all of them. The rest of them, the Coco one was fine. The Incredibles one, I like the score, but it's sort of them just doing chores or getting a cookie. My main thing with these, one, like, why isn't Wall-E in here? It feels like something that would work really well with Wall-E of all the characters in the Pixar canon. Like, why aren't you just doing that? The other thing is these are just so forgettable. Like, why even have them? Most of them, I don't understand the purpose, to be honest. Like, I like the Toy Story shorts. I don't mind if they make shorts of their characters, but these are so quick. Were they so hungry for content? Is this really worth it? Is this worth the views? Like, this is like below lamp life for a lot of it. It's just like so nothing for most of it. Like I'm fine with the Bunny and Ducky. I'm fine with the Soul one. I like the art, the kind of idea of those, but the rest, I and I don't like how to watch play all, you have to like go down all the episodes and find the bottom one to hit play all, which that's just sort of annoying. So if you really like Pixar and you want like 22 minutes of a bunch of characters doing stuff and not talking other than Key and Peele which is probably a total screen time of 3 minutes, 50 seconds or something, and hear Trent Reznor music for 2 minutes, and the rest is just like seeing, the Cars in Cars parallel park or do a dance thing. If that sounds appealing to you, then fine. But if it's fine, you'll have a good time, but you won't remember it. You're probably going to forget it. It's sort of something that Disney was like, hey, we'll spend some money and do these things, and you can watch them on your phone. They probably would work well for Quibi, but in terms of Pixar, it's sort of like, if this is like what they're doing, that's cool, but I wish they would have done something a little more interesting with it. And maybe with the Soul thing they did, maybe with the Bunny and Ducky thing, that's a little more exciting. But the rest is just sort of much like just much better animated Arctic Friends, and I don't know if that really is worth them spending the time and energy making those rather than making some interesting Spark shorts, which probably would have been a lot more interesting if we're all being honest with ourselves. I think Pixar has a lot of resources that they can do amazing things with, and if this is what they're going to do with it, it feels a little like a wasted opportunity, especially if you're not going to use Wall-E.